Thrifting Diva, and guys, we're about to do a little mini YouTube beauty haul. I just got back from Japan, and this is all the stuff that I got in my beauty bag that I brought back shopping in Japan. And let me tell you, I was so excited about this because the things were so inexpensive. Two, I tend to feel like their quality of products are really, really, really better than what we have here. And I'll say this, I have really, really dry skin. And I find that the Asian products really, they emphasize hydration. And so for me, that helps a lot, especially with my skin. So let's go through all the things I picked up in Japan. Now, I'll tell you now, you see how big this bag is? I have no idea where most of these things are because I did not get to, I mean, some of them I researched a little bit, but most of it was just going into mostly into like their beauty, I'll say drugstores actually is where I got most of my things. Now, I'll give you a couple of tips. If you visit Japan and you want to do your own beauty shopping, don't go to Don Quixote. A lot of people always recommend going to Don Quixote in Japan and getting some of the beauty products. However, it is so much more cheaper when you go to like a regular drugstore there. And so I did notice a big price difference. And so I was able to get even more things because I got most of my stuff at the various um what do we call those places? I keep blanking on them, but you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I want to go through these products with you, but understand that I have not used any of these products yet. I'm going to be testing them throughout the year, and I'm really excited about that because, hey, and I don't remember prices because once again, I don't have the receipts with me, but I'm going to do some long form videos where I can actually talk more about them, especially once I start to test them. Another tip, besides not buying them at Don Quixote, is when you do your shopping, you can get tax free back. So that was one of the big things. Actually, this bag that they have here, Japan tax free. And so I was really excited about that because I didn't have to spend even more savings. And you know, on this channel, your girl is always going to be talking about how we can do things a luxe lifestyle to include our skincare on a budget. And I absolutely love that. So we're going to jump in here. I got this, this is Raviel. It says enriched super ceramide cream, hydration restoring skin barrier. And so one of the things that I noticed a lot, obviously, is Japanese products, Asian products like Korean skincare tend to focus on hydration. And I like that idea mostly because I have dry skin. But I do believe that if we have a perfect skin barrier, hydrated skin barrier, it will allow us to, fend off some of the other things that come. So I tend to focus on hydration at the core, and then the other things will come after that. So let me know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. And I'm not a dermatologist, but I just felt like when I focus on hydrating my skin, I just had better skin. Okay. I didn't have to worry about breakouts. I didn't have to worry much about dry patches. I didn't up because ceramides is something that allows for, if you have something with a lot of ceramides, that helps with the skin barrier. And it definitely helps with making sure that your skin barrier is strengthened. So I grabbed this. It said it has 5 ceramides. When I do a deep dive on each product, obviously I'm going to go through and figure out what that is. But the other thing that caught my eye on this was that it had the 5 ceramides, and then it had shea butter, and then niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. And those are really, really important in having a good skin barrier. So I thought, hey, the ingredients seem on point, and so why not? Okay. Let me know if you've ever had any of these products before. So this was one of those that I got there. As I say, if you're just jumping in, all of these are Japanese beauty products that I picked up on my last trip to Japan. And 98% of them were all picked up at basically different drugstores throughout my time there. I was in Japan for 3 weeks. I cannot wait to go back. Okay. This one I absolutely did do some research on. And so this is the vitamin C. Now, this seems to be a fan favorite in Japan, and these were so inexpensive. So now, vitamin C is normally going to cost us about $20 to $30. Guys, these were like $5, but I've been hearing a lot about them. I can't, if you want to screenshot it so you know what it says, I can't tell you what it says. All I know is that I just had to look for the C, and that's how I picked these up. The Roto is the company that makes it, but I've heard a lot of good things about these, so I'm going to start using this one actually this week. These are going to be my summer vitamin C's, and let's see if it really does work. Vitamin C is super important for you if you want that brightening effect, the glow up as they talk about, but also if you have dark spots or sunspots, age spots, and things like that, you just want to brighten up those things. Vitamin C is a really good one. However, vitamin C is definitely a finicky. I'm going to open this to see how it looks inside. It's a finicky product to make. And so I don't trust most vitamin C's because, one, they come in what I consider not the right packaging anyway for it to work. So this one comes in what you call an airless tube. You can see that. If you see vitamin C in like clear containers like this, those are not going to work because by the time the oxygen hits it, it's just going to oxidize. Light oxidizes the vitamin C since it's so unstable. So just seeing it in something like this makes me feel happy a little bit. But I have never used this one, and I'm going to try it this. Obviously it's not a big tube, but they were not expensive at all, which vitamin C is normally a very expensive product. So we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna show you this one, and you're gonna be like, "What?" I heard from my TikTok beauties that pads are the glow up, like the pads. I don't know. I've not used it yet, but I am going to try it out. I don't know. I mean, on TikTok, they were saying like, if you go to Japan, bring back some pads and then try to find them here over on Amazon. But I'm going to open one so you can see. I don't see the big difference, obviously, but these pads I got there when I was over there because on TikTok, I was influenced. And they said, hey, try to bring back some pads when you come. And so the one thing they told me to look for was the wing. So these are the wing pads. They do have them without the wing. So we'll see. Okay. This I got, it says make, keep, mist. So it's probably a mister here. I don't like using this too much, especially if it is filled with alcohol. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to read the back to determine whether or not denatured alcohol is at the top of the list, which for me is not a good thing since it will dry out my skin even more. Even if you have oily skin, denatured alcohol is probably not something that you want to always have, be putting on your face. So I'm going to test it. I'm going to find my translator and see what exactly is back here to determine whether or not this is something I really need to keep or not. But this was very inexpensive as well because I think this was literally $1 after the yen conversion. So I was like, what? Why not? Let's try it. So this is a makeup mist. But it says make keep mist. So I don't know if they just meant to say makeup mist, but we're gonna let that go. The next one is this. It's another vitamin C that I saw in here, but it says vitamin C 15 derivative, so it probably is a derivative of vitamin C. Whereas this guy probably is, once again, I can't read behind. I'll have to get my translator. But this one is probably a sorbal, not a sorbal. I forgot the vitamin C name that it go. L-ascorbic acid, and this is probably a derivative of such. Derivatives just means that it's probably going to be, for me, less irritating, but it will work slower than you having the actual L-ascorbic acid. But I really, when I saw this, I was like, okay, it says vitamin C on here. One of the things though, let me see the packaging. And I should have seen this before, but I was so excited about shopping in Japan for beauty products that I wasn't looking. And so this is probably not something I'm gonna love, because look at this air here. It's a cute packaging, but honestly, this is gonna oxidize so easily. Let me see. Ooh, super runny. This is probably gonna oxidize so quickly. We'll see what that's about. So I might have to use this one first so that I don't, by the time it gets around to using it, because it's sitting with the light being able to come through the window here, that it probably won't even work. So I'm going to make sure I use probably this first before I use these guys. Okay. But this one, it says vitamin C derivative. It's a 100 MPa essence. I'm going to keep everything in the box so I can do my research and then report back to the Thrifting Diva beauties who are looking for some new glow up skincare. Okay. All right. Here's another thing that I got. It says, it was the 2023 Best Cosmetics Milk Brightening Toner. So this looks like a toner, milk brightening toner. Not sure exactly what is in this, but the name sounded like it might be something I would like. And then I did get influenced by them having the best cosmetics for the number one here. So I'm not sure exactly what this is, but if it's a toner, it's probably a brightening toner. I don't know what type of ingredients they have inside to make that claim. So I will have to look through this one to once again determine whether or not this is worth it. Okay. Still have so many things from Japan. Like this was one of my fun days of shopping. I just went to various it was my beauty day, so I literally just went to various drugstores, because as I said, the prices are so much more cheaper at just a regular drugstore. It's like going to your Walgreens, but Japan. And the prices were much different than the tourist traps like Don Quixote kind of thing. So I was really excited about that, and I did see some differences. I got a lippy here. I like this color. Lipsticks were like $3, so I was like, okay, cool. So I like this color. I grabbed this. It's RS20. Not sure who RS is, but they did have some American brands. Like I saw Revlon over there and stuff like that. But I could get that here, so why would I, So I made that. Here is another vitamin C. Now, if you notice, this one is different, and I don't know why, so I have to research it, but you see there's a difference in what is happening here. I did not have time and energy or want to go through and keep scanning to get the translation. Now that I'm back home, now that I have time, now that I care, I will go through and get that and determine if there's any difference. Now, I know for these, you can get these on Amazon. Like I have definitely seen these on Amazon. As for the others, I'm not sure where you would get them. If you can get them on some of the Asian beauty Amazon sites, but most likely, probably. Okay, what else? Okay, a cleansing oil. I'm all about that. Double cleansing is, especially in the summer, is a thing. So what you would do for double cleansing is that you would use an oil cleanser or like a balm, something like that, and then follow it up with your regular cleanser. And I use this especially in the summer when I tend to wear makeup a lot more in the summer. I also tend to wear a lot more sunscreen. And these things help to clean the skin, because what we're not doing is going to bed with a dirty skin, especially in the summer. So this is one of the things that I saw and I was like, okay, we'll give this a try. I have no idea what the ingredients are, so I will have to do some research. But I saw the word pure cleansing oil and I was like, you got me there. Okay. What else? We have, okay, this is just a waterproof tobacco curl mascara. Let's throw that in. Let's see what that's all about. I have been told that the Asian girlies, they know what's up with the mascara. So I grabbed one just in case. We'll see how that goes. All right. What else we got? Still have a lot of stuff that I picked up from Japan. Okay, if you go to Japan and you want to definitely get some beauty products, definitely this is one of their big sellers for sunscreen. It's the Biore UV Aqua Rich. I have used this before because I went to Japan last year as well, and I bought back so many of these and went through so many more. These are fantastic. If you're looking for a sunscreen that is going to melt into your skin like that, no cast, especially for my melanated sisters out there, then you're going to want to pick up some of these. And they're really, really inexpensive, especially if you get them at the drugstore. So put this on your list. I will say these are a must. I've used so many of these, and they're so much more cheaper when you get them in Japan than even when you get them on Amazon or other places. But these are a really good one, and I really love these. So I picked up some more. I actually picked up a lot more. You don't need to see all the tubes, but I picked up a lot. Okay. All right. What is this? This was another Make Fix Mist. I guess that's how they call these, like a makeup mist. Once again, I don't know what the ingredients is in this one because I have not deciphered everything in the back here. However, I would say I just grabbed it because it was super inexpensive, and just something, if it's going to keep the makeup well, I'll try it. I would hoping that it doesn't have a lot of denatured alcohol, but that is normally a primary ingredient in makeup mist, so it sets the makeup. But maybe Japan has come up with a way to get this not having to dry out your skin and keep your makeup on. We'll see. Okay, COSRX is one of my favorite brands out there. I use the snail mucin is what I use from the COSRX, and I absolutely loved it. And so COSRX is a Korean skincare line, but they did have it in Japan. And so I grabbed this one. This one is the Super Vitamin E and Hyaluronic Acid. Remember what I said? Japanese and actually Asian skincare tend to focus a lot on hydration. And I think that if we start doing that, we will see a dramatic shift in how our face looks. And that's what I did. Once I started focusing on forget everything else, I'm going to start with the skin barrier, and that's the hydration. And so I tend to like products that have additional elements and ingredients that really work on hydration. Hyaluronic acid being one of them. I call it a water magnet. It pulls in that water from anywhere and tries to get it back onto the skin. So we'll see. This one says it's the vitamin C13 serum plus super vitamin E and hyaluronic acid, improve the skin condition and even skin tone. So this looks like another vitamin C as well. Not sure what the percentage of it, what type of vitamin C. So that's one thing that you wanted to, when you are looking at vitamin C, you want to find out what type of vitamin C Meaning, is it a derivative or is it the vitamin C itself, the L-ascorbic acid? Because if we're talking about the L-ascorbic acid, then what percentage? Normally, there's research that shows that the L-ascorbic acid at 20%, let's say at 12 to 25% is good. The higher it is, though, there's a possibility of irritation. So you just got to be mindful of what type of skin. If you have very sensitive skin, then you may not want something that's so high. However, having a derivative might be better for you. So I'm going to do more research on this one. But this was super inexpensive, like very inexpensive. And I've seen this online and on Amazon, and it's not cheap. So I was excited when I saw that because I do like some of the Course RX products as well. Woohoo! What else we got here? Oh, Beauty of Joseon. Now, this is a sunscreen that I also really, really, really like because it does feel like dewy, and I like that dewy look for my skincare. If you are a person who have oily skin, you may like this as well because it just disappears into the skin. It's not mattifying though. So if you're one person that loves to have like that mattifying sunscreen, this is not it. It's not it, okay? But if you want that hydration, that dewy look, which I love in the summer especially, I want to look like I just came out of the rainforest. Like, ooh, hello. So for me, I like this. I like it along with these. 1001 Madagascar. I forgot, Centella Madagascar is my favorite sunscreen. I don't have any more right now, but this is a close second. And these are not cheap, especially if you buy it on Amazon. They were very cheap in Japan. So when I saw this, I grabbed a few. You don't need to know how many, but I'm just, why not stock up? Because I'm not going to be in Japan again for another year. Okay. We're getting, guys, I told you I had a lot, okay? So bear with me. Here's another one, a newer 15 plus. This was an azelaic acid 15 and Cica. Now, azelaic acid is really, really good as an exfoliation, especially for those who have dark spots. So when I saw this, I was like, ooh, definitely. I suffer with dark spots. I'm melanated. And if anything bites, burns, irritates my skin, I'm going to get a dark spot. So getting this, I was like, oh, that's amazing. Now, the Cica is also one for the skin barrier. And I was just like, let's put that all together, especially since the azelaic acid can be not much, but it can be irritating. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, let's try this. Once again, it's all in Japanese, so I'm going to have to go through and, here's the ingredients in the back here, not in Japanese, interesting enough. But Centella asiatica extract, which is really good for your skin barrier. And so I'll go through it and make sure they don't have any things in here. Normally, the things that I'm going to not use a lot of would be things that have fragrance in it. I keep saying this all the time, right? I have dry skin. I am also, melanated, as you can see. And so I don't need anything that can possibly irritate my skin. Fragrance is one of those. So I try to stay away from products that have fragrance. Now, Japanese and Asian products tend to stay away from fragrances. And I'm like, somebody they understand it. Now, those ladies over there are like, they're about their skincare. They are about their skincare, like no joke. They're about their sunscreen and they're about their skincare. And you can tell because those ladies are not getting anywhere near that sun with an exposed skin, period. I mean, to the point where I'm like, guys, you're looking a little ridiculous right now. You're looking a little ridiculous. But for them, that's what works. Hey, Thrifting Atlanta. Hey, Thrift the Runway. Thanks for joining. So for me, I am, I love it. I love I love this combo. I've never seen this here yet, and it's a newer 15 plus. I haven't seen this combo, so I'm excited about trying this one. I gotta find out though, is it a moisturizer or is it purely a exfoliation? So I gotta it says a calming serum, so it might be a leave-on serum. Asian beauty standards, they tend to use a lot of serums. Like they layer serums on, right? Like the 10-step cleanse, not cleanse, it's 10-step um beauty regimen. Asia, right? Like the Korean ladies came up with that. They will layer on until layering is a different thing. So I try to see if I don't need to layer on that much. I try to have products that have multiple ingredients in it that can do the one job. So I don't have to be putting on 10 different products. But I like skincare, so I don't mind. If it's going to work, it's going to work. But for some people, especially my busy woman out there, you're like barely able to put on moisturizer and sunscreen. So if you're able to get a serum that really hits multiple target concerns of yours, then go for it. So once I start working with this one, I will definitely do a video on it because I was very intrigued with this type of combo, the azelaic acid and the Cica. Okay. We're almost to the end. We're almost to the end. All the products that I brought back from Japan. And I think I have a bag somewhere that don't kill me, but not kill me, but don't judge, because there's a bag around that still hasn't been unpacked, but we'll see. Okay, so here is another mascara that I got. So remember the other one that I picked up before, and then this is another one. I don't know. I saw it and I was just like, it was cheap and it went into the box. Okay, so we'll see which one, or if any of them do any difference, maybe give my daughter one of these. Okay, what else? Okay, so Manyo. So we had this from the Manyo, was the cleansing oil. And then this one is the Galactome Clear Skin Toner. So another toner, which is also like a serum because you leave it on, you don't wash it off. I have no idea what it has in this one. I saw it and I was like, let's try it. It just says endless hunger for ingredients. So I guess that's it says it on this one as well. But I guess that is the company's branding, endless hunger for ingredients. So hopefully the ingredients pop in. Hopefully they're worth it, and we'll see. But these were the two from this company. I've never heard of this company before. I've never heard of this distribution. So I'm going to, we'll see. Okay, here's that CORESRX that I talked about. So remember when I had this one, which was the Vitamin C 13. This is the one that I really, really, really like. And this is the Advanced Snail Mucin. I love, love, love this one because for me, it is packed with hydration. It is definitely one of those things that you put it on and you feel like your skin is like plumping up. You feel like your skin is glistening. You feel like your skin feels like, oh, I'm on a movie set. I'm on the beach. I'm a model. It just feels great. So for me, everyone I talk to, and whenever Amazon has a sale, grab it. It's the CORESRX Snail Mucin. This is game changer, like hands down. And especially for someone who has any type of skin concerns, woman, get this, okay? Don't be eked out by this thing, Snail Mucin. Like, we put other stuff on our face. Like, calm down. Okay, apparently, nail clippers are like the bomb.com there. So I grabbed one of these. I was influenced on TikTok, and someone had gone and they was like, guys, grab you a Japanese nail clipper. I don't know what's going to be the difference. Like, it's a nail clipper, right? Let's try to open it. And I was like, won't it be ooh, oh, okay. This does feel and look, I don't know if you can see how it is shaped there. Don't worry about those nails. I got to get them done. Talking about nails. I got these done about a month ago in Japan. These things have not chipped. I don't know what kind of nail polish they put on here. I want to go back now and buy nail polishes because they have not chipped. And normally when I get a gel here within 6 days, those things have to they come off. Like, it's so annoying. And now I'm mad that I didn't take a picture of the nail polishes to see if I can get some there, because I was like, they are in immaculate. Besides the fact that, yes, they've grown out. Look at that. They're not chipping. Like, come. I look at this. I mean, yes, it looks tacky because they've grown out. But tell me, what do you like? I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video that I took when I was there and see if I can scan into the nail polishes, because it was like, I would pay to get these done again, because I've had these for a month. And normally why I take mine off after a week of getting them here is because they're chipping at the top and they look stupid, you know? But anyway, going back to this thing, I could probably see why people say pick it up. If you're going, and then look, this is a filer here. Come on. This is a filer on this side. Like, they for real. They for real. So I grabbed this and yeah. Which one is this? This one was it just says nail clipper type 002. Okay. But this is on point. I like this. Okay. Okay. And it was not expensive. As I said, everything here was not expensive because I was shopping at their Walgreens, or what we would call their beauty supply store. It was legit. Okay, my last one. I'm coming down to the last one. If you're going to do this, if you're going to go to Japan and say, spend like an hour or so going to a couple of them, and they're everywhere. So it's not one in general. They're everywhere. Oh, I forgot. I took this out. I brought back so many. I brought back so many of these. Not this one. I grabbed this one. But they are all about their beauty masks. Baby. All about the beauty masks. I was excited about that. And they were cheap. Very cheap. So this one I got azelaic acid again. I was like, and I think so for azelaic acid, especially if you have dark spots, this is it. This is what you want in there. And then this one was a Hydra V mask. Now these Lululun, this is a viral one down there right now. Everybody wants this one. So it was hard to find these actually. I went out of my way to look for these. And then this one is vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin B, bocucciol, and herbal blend. I'm loving I'm loving what they decide to put in their stuff. I am loving that they understand skincare, and I'm loving that skincare especially will work for me and my skin type. And my skin type is dry skin, woman in her 40s, so getting up there, and dark spots. So I love that works for us. I feel like it works for us better than some of the other products we have here. Okay, here's another cleansing oil that I saw. Active Cleanse. And then it's a corn germ oil. I picked it up because I have a lot of cleansers. I don't have that many oil cleansers, and the oil cleansers I've used in the past have all been Japanese oil cleansers. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give them a chance. So we got these 2 oil cleansers, 2 different types. Double cleansing is a thing, ladies. If you want to make sure that you're getting a really good cleanse, especially if you wear makeup, if you wear sunscreen, if you're out sweating, double cleanse. And in the summer, for me, it's a non-negotiable. I go everywhere. If I go on vacation, I am taking a cleanser with me, because honestly, not having one is definitely going to piss me off. It's going to piss me off, because while I love my cleanser, which is the one I normally use, is the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser, it does not break down my makeup and the other stuff that I have on my face as well, and quickly than when I do a double cleanse. So I'm going to see how these work, and see, hey, is it worth it or not? Now, for all these products, I'm going to also find out if we can get them on Amazon. And so when I do my video on my channel, hopefully you're following. If you want to see the second part of this, if you are interested in seeing, okay, so I saw what she bought, but does it work? Is it worth it? Where can I get it? Then you definitely need to be subscribed so you can know when I come back and I could add these to that other, you can see the part 2 on this so that you can also find it and get it for yourself. Now, what I will do is definitely make sure I find the translation for all of these because the ingredients are in Japanese. And so one of the cool things that I had when I was there, and I forgot the name of the app, but there was an app that allowed me to scan the barcode, and it would immediately kind of give me an idea of what the product is, especially if I couldn't tell from the English writing. And as I said, some of these are definitely made in Japan, and some of these are made in different countries like Korea, and then they're brought over there. But that is it. I have completed my Japanese skincare products. If you do go over, I would love to see what you bring back too in the comments. Let me know if you've bought or used any type of Japanese products. I really would like to know what your thoughts are, and if you have any advice for me, and as I start going through and testing these, and how would you want to know what worked and what didn't work. I think that's all. The biggest tip I'll give you is you don't have to find these things in the Don Quixote. Go to the regular beauty supply store. Take your time, but they have all of these things and they're so much more cheaper because this is not being marketed to tourists. And so the first time I went to Don Quixote last year. So I went there to get all the beauty supply. And I later on found out that those are really for tourists. And I should have known because only tourists were in there. And I should have known that I wasn't getting a good deal. And your girl is not about to pay an extra quarter on anything, in this case, an extra yen on anything that I can avoid. So trust me on this one. Just go, and there's so many beauty supplies. You don't have to know which one. You'll walk by so many in Japan. I was in Tokyo, I was in Osaka, I was in Kyoto, and I found these places everywhere. Oh, one last thing that I did get that I thought was so cool. And here's this thing. If you go to Japan and you want something for your feet, because let me tell you, you're going to hit those 20,000 steps a day. You are going to hit those 20,000 steps a day. It was painful. However, if you put these things on at night, you are really going to feel a difference the next morning. So this one was the acupuncture, and it's like little prickly pieces that you put on, just how it shows in here, and go to sleep with it. It is uncomfortable when you put it on the first time because it does feel like, oh, what is in my feet? But these are a lifesaver, and you can get these at the local beauty supply stores as well. So another thing that I picked up, I wish we had picked up even more now that I'm thinking about it. I'll see if they have them on Amazon, but these are a really good one, especially if you're going to be walking a lot. And the answer is not actually if you're going to be walking a lot. Because you're going to be walking a lot, you're going to need these. Okay, well, I hope this video was fun. I hope that you saw some things that you're like, I'm interested in that. Hope that you learned a few tips and tips along the way, and hope to see you on my next video. So go ahead and hit the like, subscribe if you haven't, and until next time, bye.